Imagine waking up in a world where the temperature drops far below freezing, food is scarce, and every step outside could be your last. No houses, no electricity, no supermarkets, no modern medicine. Just endless ice, brutal winds, and predators lurking in the shadows. This was life during the Ice Age. When most people hear the words Ice Age, they imagine a world completely covered in snow and ice. But the reality was even more complex and far more dangerous. Beginning around 2.6 million years ago and lasting through multiple freezing cycles, the Ice Age transformed the planet. Massive glaciers, some more than 3 kilometers thick, slowly spread across huge parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. As the ice expanded, sea levels dropped dramatically, exposing land bridges that connected continents. Entire ecosystems disappeared while new ones emerged. Ancient humans and animals had only 2 choices: adapt or die. The cold was relentless. Winter temperatures in some regions could plunge far below -30 degrees Celsius. Powerful winds swept across open landscapes, creating deadly blizzards that could disorient anyone caught outside. For ancient humans, even staying warm was a daily battle. Without modern clothing, exposure could quickly become fatal. To survive, humans learned to use animal hides as insulation. They crafted needles from bone and stitched together layered clothing that trapped heat close to their bodies. They built shelters from whatever materials they could find: wood, stone, mammoth bones, and thick animal skins. But warmth alone wasn't enough. The Ice Age made finding food incredibly difficult. Dense forests gave way to cold grasslands known as mammoth steppes. Plants became scarce, especially during long winters. Hunting became a matter of life and death. Ancient humans tracked enormous animals like woolly mammoths, giant bison, reindeer, and musk oxen across frozen landscapes. These hunts were dangerous and required extraordinary teamwork. A single mistake could mean injury or death. Imagine facing a woolly mammoth weighing up to 6 tons with nothing but wooden spears and stone tools. Humans survived not because they were stronger than these animals, but because they worked together. Communication, planning, and cooperation became humanity's greatest weapons. But humans weren't the only ones struggling. Even the giants of the Ice Age faced constant challenges. Woolly mammoths evolved thick fur, layers of fat, and smaller ears to conserve heat. Woolly rhinoceroses developed dense coats and powerful bodies, capable of surviving extreme cold. Reindeer migrated vast distances in search of food. Yet despite these remarkable adaptations, survival was never guaranteed. Predators ruled the frozen world. Dire wolves hunted in coordinated packs. Cave lions stalked the snowy plains. Short-faced bears, some standing over 3 meters tall when upright, competed for territory and food. And then there were the saber-toothed cats. For both humans and prey animals, every journey across the landscape carried enormous risk. A twisted ankle, an unexpected storm, or a failed hunt could quickly become a death sentence. Ancient humans developed new strategies to survive. They stored food for harsh winters. They shared resources between families. They cared for injured and elderly members of their groups. Archaeological discoveries reveal that some individuals survived serious injuries for years, proof that communities looked after one another. This cooperation gave humans an advantage that many animals lacked. But even with intelligence and teamwork, humans couldn't escape the Ice Age unchanged. The freezing climate shaped our evolution. Larger brains helped humans solve increasingly complex problems. Advanced tools improved hunting success. Language became more sophisticated, allowing knowledge to pass from one generation to the next. Stories told around campfires carried essential survival information. Where to find shelter. When animals migrated. How to survive the winter. Over thousands of years, humans spread into some of the harshest environments on Earth. They crossed frozen landscapes, adapted to unfamiliar climates, and followed migrating animals across continents. Eventually, falling sea levels exposed a land bridge between Asia and North America, allowing humans to enter an entirely new world. Then, around 11,700 years ago, the last major ice age began to end. Temperatures rose. Glaciers retreated. Forests returned. But many of the great ice age animals disappeared forever. Woolly mammoths, giant ground sloths, saber-toothed cats, and countless other species vanished from the earth. Humans endured. Not because we were the fastest. Not because we were the strongest. But because we could adapt. The Ice Age was one of the greatest survival tests our species has ever faced. And every modern human alive today carries the legacy of those who survived Earth's deadliest winters. The next time you complain about a cold morning, remember this. Your ancestors faced blizzards, giant predators, and endless frozen landscapes with little more than fire, simple tools, and each other. And somehow, against impossible odds, they made it through.